in the digital age, they have several exposures which are out, might not be in the school's control as well. So we do have several workshops, mindfulness sessions with the students.
Hi, welcome to Yellowslate, your very own school search engine that helps you find the best schools for your kid based on various filters and parameters.
Today we have Miss Sameeksha, who works as an educator at Apeejay International School, which is located in Panchsheel Park, New Delhi. To get to know more details about the school, let's have a conversation with her. Hi, ma'am.
Hello, good morning, and thank you for this opportunity to have this interaction with you. And yes, I have recently actually joined Apeejay as the PYP Coordinator. I think I'm about to complete 3 months here. So yes, I've recently joined and I have been associated with IB as an educator for the past 9 years.
Okay.
So most of my experience in education has actually been with IB, and hence I'm here now. I really have deep passion for student-led learning and how students can actually learn more when they are the drivers of their learning. So that is what my motto has always been in whatever organization I have been associated with, basically helping students learn and learn through exploration and give them the, flag of their own development and learning.
Begin with, can you talk about a typical day at Apeejay and how it supports a balanced education?
Yeah, so basically, our students come in at about 8 a.m., where they, first of all, they go for their breakfast. Breakfast and lunch is something which is served in school for all students. So they go for their breakfast. They have a breakfast time where they interact with their friends, they meet with their friends, talk with their friends while eating. And then post that, we always have a kind of a sports or a extracurricular session for the students, wherein they engage physically with their learning and with their friends as well. It's a team building kind of a thing. Post that, their sessions in start, which include their basic subject sessions as well, and also their extracurricular. They have every day, they either have dance, music, vocals, they have robotics, they have AI, and in addition to their English, math, their units of inquiries, their sciences, etc. And even in these subject specific classrooms, it's more whenever I would enter the classroom to just engage with the students or just for an observation, I would see students not engaged in a typical teacher lecturing and students listening kind of a thing. They are so engrossed in their learning. Most of the time, I would see one or two students standing in front of the class and presenting or talking to the rest of the class, and teacher at the back actually, rather than the other way around, how we all have probably grown up in our classrooms. So that is how a typical day looks for the students. And they have their lunch break, which is again, they go to the cafeteria in the middle, and post their lunch break, their sessions continue as they do.
Got it. So when it comes to core values, each school believes in certain set of core values. What are those for Apeejay International School, and how do you think these values help in overall students' growth?
So Apeejay focuses, like I said, a lot on student-based inquiries, on actually developing students who are ready to face the world and have those set of skills engage within them. Hence, when I talk about seeing classrooms where students are actually taking the lead, that is how we lead to our vision of having students with that skill set. So Apeejay focuses a lot on students who are principled, of course, who know how to, maneuver through the world and have critical thinking skills, so that they are not accepting whatever is thrown at them, but actually researching, finding out about stuff, and then building their own ideas about it. So critical thinking is something that Apeejay really values among students and really wants to foster among its students as well.
Got it. In today's world, inquiry skills and critical thinking skills are certainly important. And how does school encourage students to develop these skills, especially from an early age?
Definitely. So currently, in PYP 4, that's our grade 4, we had, they were working on a unit about conflicts. So they were working on personal conflicts, how to resolve them, and also on global conflicts. I mean, they moved from personal to global aspect. So they talked about global conflicts as well. So students were divided into pairs, and in their pairs, they read about different conflicts going on around the world. They identified one which they wanted to find more about. So suppose there were five pairs, so there were five conflicts that they picked up around the world. Some picked up the Gaza conflict, some picked up the Israel conflict, etc. And then they researched about it and they presented it to their friends. It was not something that the teacher was telling them about, but they themselves identified these conflicts as a part of the unit, and then they researched about it and everything that is going on, and then they presented it to their friends. So what that did was, five groups talked about five conflicts to all of their students, and each student gained knowledge about each of those conflicts automatically, rather than the teacher taking up each conflict in each one of the classes and just sharing knowledge. So it was something that I thought that, a PYP4 child talking about such advanced concepts was really, really surprising, and also a happy moment for me to see them do that.
Got it. So, to talk about the teaching methods and diverse learning needs, how does the school support or encourages students of different learning styles and their abilities?
So APJ and also IB is a strong believer that each student learns. Like I said, it's about student taking up their own learning in their own hands. Each student learns differently and learns at his or her own pace. Hence, differentiation is something that is really given importance to in our classroom. So even with so our teachers, because we don't have an extremely large class size, our teachers are able to understand each child's learning needs individually, and then work their plans accordingly. So students, you will see, even in their presentations, are given the choice to present the way they want to, because some students might able to share their understandings better when they write. Others are able to share it better when they speak. Others are able to share it better when they draw, or maybe through a digital presentation. So that kind of freedom is given to the students, and our lesson plans are created in a way that each child is, catered to as per his or her needs and learning levels.
Got it. So, when it comes to supporting mental well being, how do you make sure students cope with stress, and what are the strategies school uses to develop their mental strength?
So, first of all, we try that the school is a very stress-free space for the students.
Oh.
But definitely, in students in today's age, the exposures in school are not the only exposures that the students are getting. That in the digital age, they have several exposures which are out, might not be in the school's control as well. So we do have several workshops, mindfulness sessions with the students, wherein these things are catered to at a mass with everybody. And then secondly, if we identify certain students who need extra help in this context, we have a dedicated counselor with us who talks to them, or if any sessions are required for them, those are identified and the students are given those. So that is something that we follow. And like I said, apart from the individual sessions, time and again, we keep having mindfulness sessions with students. Mindfulness is something that we have incorporated within our classrooms as well. So every day in the morning when the students come, there is a circle time which they engage in. That is the time the facilitators have certain mindfulness sessions with them, or they would just talk to them about what is going on in their life. So that is a conversation which is apart from the school and the curriculum. So it's a personal conversation that the teachers get into, so that she is able to identify if a child is having any personal conflicts or something which is, not right, which needs to be addressed separately.
Got it. So, talking about the curriculum, how challenging is IB curriculum at APJ? And also, can you share the challenges and opportunities arise when a student transition from other curriculum to IB? Along with that, you can also talk about the misconceptions about IB curriculum that you would like to clarify?
So, like I said, I've been associated with IB for the entire association that I have had with the education industry. And one reason I have not shifted into any other curriculum as an educator also is because I have seen the kind of growth that IB students have in terms of their skills. Because we strongly believe that, in a fast changing world, we actually don't know we always say we are preparing, school prepares the students for the future, but we don't know what the future is going to look like, what kind of jobs there are going to be, how the students are actually going to earn their keep, if we say.
True.
So it's important when we don't know what's going to be there, what are we getting them ready for? So it's important to have students with that kind of skill set, that they are able to find solutions to whatever comes their way. And that is what IB does. And I have seen IB, I mean, in all my years, I have seen students who are IB learners really come up to that skill level where they, whatever problem you put in front of them, they will find a solution for it. So that is what IB really gives to the students. Challenges, I would not say challenges as such, but many a times when parents are looking for an IB education, especially in India, they feel that, IB education is only good if you want to go to universities, overseas university.
Yeah.
And they have these kinds of concerns that whether Indian universities would accept an IB student or not, etc. But that is not the case. There are so many IB schools coming up in India now, and Indian universities very well accept IB students. I've known students who have got into Indian universities, and also IB supports because IB supports students wanting to go into Indian universities by providing the scorecard and the result in the way which is acceptable in Indian universities. So this is something which concern that I have always come up with parents have, that IB education, only go for IB education if you're planning for an overseas university, which is not true. Like I said, all Indian universities accept IB students, and IB students have gotten into any Indian university there is. So that is not a challenge, but a myth, I would say, that I would like to address.
Misconception about IB.
Yes, it's a misconception that I would like to address. And apart from that, I have just loved my time being associated with IB. It's not just the students. IB focuses a lot on professional development for the teachers as well. So whatever new advancements come in, they have their trainings for them. With AI coming in, they are trying to incorporate that as much as we can into education, and also trying out, identifying ways to how to do that ethically. And they are helping educators understand it as well as students understand it as well. So IB is a very up-to-date organization, I would say. Whatever advancements that come in, they talk about it as well. And APJ, for that matter, is also very committed towards professional development for its educators. And time and again, we also keep having workshops and having our facilitators participate in the workshops provided by IB as well. Actually, we have a few lined up next month also. So yes, like I said, not a challenge, but a misconception. And any student that I have worked with, I have seen them grow really well in terms of their thinking skills, in terms of their self-management and communication skills as well.
Got it. It's good that you have clarified the misconceptions about the IB curriculum. So coming to our next topic, can you talk about the facilities and the extracurricular activities being provided at Apeejay International School? And how do you make sure that it is being well balanced?
Yes, so we used to call extracurricular, IB calls them subjects as well, because what IB believes is that for a holistic development, they are equally important. A music, dance, visual arts is as important as a math, science, or language.
Exactly.
So we at APG really value that as well. Like I said, in the morning, we have dedicated sports coaches who are experts in their fields, come for different sports. We offer a variety of sports. Apart from that, of course, there's music, dance, there's visual arts, there's ICT, which we like to call AI, because our students, starting from the primary years, start to do coding as well. So our PYP 4 and 5 learners are learning Python. So we have started with coding. We have recently, inaugurated our robotics lab. So our learners as young as grade 1 and 2 are into robotics as well. So because so many technological advancements and digitalization in the world around, so we at APJ, we are up to date with that, and we have introduced labs and resources that will cater to our students that ways.
Got it. So talking about your role, what are the challenges that you face as a PYP coordinator, and what are the strategies that you use to overcome or to address these challenges?
Yes. So, like I said, when we talk about parents have this concern of whether I should come into an IB school or not, which I have already addressed, that
Yes.
I have seen students develop their skills really well, because that is what our focus is when we talk about skill development in our students. Other than that, as a coordinator, of course, the challenge I face, I would say, is making sure the curriculum runs as per IB standards, because with teachers coming in, and as we are growing, teachers being added, making sure that their professional development is aligned through. And of course, student well-being is something that is given priority at APJ. That is something that I look at as well. How the conversations are happening with the students, what kind of conversations are happening among students, and etc. So there's that. Other than that, at least here at APJ, I have felt that the staff is really supportive. The management is also very supportive. So any challenge that might come, I think we overthrew it. We overcome it quite well together, because everybody is focused on supporting each other. And that's how the community grows. In fact, even the student body and the parent body, as I have felt that it's very supportive for the school. And whatever, if we ever require any help from them, we always get it as well, because we request a lot of parents to come as guest speakers for our students also. So they have always come forward and come forth for helping the school and the students learn.
Got it. Can you talk about how APJ actively encourages parents to involve in their child's growth? Because I believe it is equally important to have parents involved in a child's growth as much as teachers do. Can you talk about it?
Definitely. Like you said, it is equally important. And we always feel that parents and educators are partners when it comes to the students' development.
Yeah.
We try to meet our parents as often as we can. And recently we had a coffee morning with our parents where we talked about so we discussed, so parents gave us feedback on things we could work on. And we talked to parents about how they can help their children at home. So we keep whatever we feel a parent needs to take up with their student at home. We keep sharing strategies with them. We talk to them, okay, this is something, that maybe your child needs a little more help with, and this is how you can help her or him at home. So these conversations we keep having with our parents. And apart from that, like I said, we keep meeting them. We have our parent teacher conferences, we have our student led conferences, and we have coffee mornings with parents, coffee morning is a very candid conversation that we have with our parents, where our parents share any feedback that they feel the school can improve on, and we share with the parents what we feel they can do with their children at home. And like I said, our parent body has been really, really supportive. And whenever we have felt the need to share anything with them, they have definitely come forth. And yes, supportive in the sense that they have also given us really good feedback, which has helped us improve our practices as well.
Great to know about that. So, coming to the end of our interview, if you would like to advise for the parents who are looking for best schools in New Delhi, what would it be?
Suggestions when it comes to selecting a school, there are a lot of factors that come into play. But yes, if their parents can, an IB education for their children is really, really helpful in helping them be ready for the unknown world, I would say. And foster those skills among students which are required in today's world. Knowing, just having a particular kind of knowledge is no longer enough. Having the skills to maneuver that knowledge, to even know whether the knowledge I have gained is right or wrong, is what is required. And an or IB education really, really fosters that. And plus, if I have to talk about APJ, like I said, I have been a part of several organizations, but APJ has a really, really supportive community, which really, focuses on students' growth and students' learning. So that is what I would like to say to the parents who are looking for IB schools around in Delhi.
Thanks for joining us and sharing some of the great insights about APJ International School. I'm sure this will help parents who are looking for best schools in New Delhi. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Take care. Goodbye.